Designers create intricate patterns on paper, translating artistic vision into technical instructions that will guide the Jacquard mechanism through thousands of individual thread selections. Skilled workers punch holes into thick cardboard cards, each perforation representing a specific warp thread position that will create one row of the complex pattern. The Jacquard head towers above the power loom, its hundreds of hooks and needles controlled by an endless chain of punched cards that automate pattern creation impossible through manual weaving. Woven fabric emerges from the loom, displaying elaborate floral designs, geometric patterns, or pictorial scenes created entirely through the mechanical selection of individual threads according to the card instructions. Inside this steam-powered weaving factory, Jacquard looms transform artistic designs into patterned cloth through the revolutionary combination of mechanical weaving and programmable card control that defines advanced textile manufacturing in the 1850s. If you could leave a like and subscribe to the channel, it would really help this project continue bringing historical industrial content. Thank you for your attention. Now back to the video. Pattern creation begins in the design room, where skilled artists and technicians translate creative concepts into the precise mathematical instructions required for Jacquard weaving. Designers work at drafting tables, creating detailed drawings that map every thread intersection needed to produce the intended pattern in woven form. These pattern drawings use specialized graph paper, where each square represents one warp thread and one weft passage, allowing designers to visualize how thread interlacing will create the final image. Complex patterns may require thousands of individual squares, with each one carefully marked to indicate whether that specific thread should be raised or lowered during that particular weft insertion. Color information is added to the pattern drawings when multicolor weaving is intended, specifying which colored threads appear on the fabric surface at each point in the design. The completed pattern drawing serves as the master template from which punched cards will be created, functioning essentially as a program that the Jacquard mechanism will execute during weaving. This design stage represents the crucial translation between artistic vision and mechanical reality, where human creativity meets the mathematical precision required for automated pattern weaving. The approved pattern drawings now move to the card punching department, where workers will create the physical control media that directs the Jacquard mechanism during weaving. Thick cardboard cards of standardized dimensions are prepared in quantities matching the number of rows in the pattern design, with complex patterns potentially requiring thousands of individual cards. Workers use specialized punching tools to create holes in these cards according to the pattern drawing specifications, with each hole position corresponding to a specific hook in the Jacquard mechanism. The punching process requires extreme accuracy, as even a single misplaced hole would create a defect that repeats throughout the entire fabric length wherever that card appears in the sequence. Some factories employ mechanical punching machines that speed the process while maintaining consistency, though skilled hand punchers remain essential for complex or custom patterns. Each completed card is carefully inspected and numbered sequentially to maintain proper order during the lacing process that will connect them into an endless chain. The punched cards represent a remarkable early form of programming, storing pattern information in physical form that mechanical systems can read and execute automatically during production. Workers now lace the punched cards together in proper sequence, creating the continuous chain that will feed through the Jacquard mechanism during weaving operations. This lacing process uses strong cord threaded through holes at the card edges, connecting each card to the next while allowing the chain to flex and move through the mechanical card reader. The laced card chain may extend many feet in length for complex patterns, with the entire sequence eventually forming a closed loop that repeats continuously as the loom operates. Workers verify card sequence carefully during lacing, ensuring that the pattern progression remains correct and that no cards are accidentally reversed or omitted from the chain. The completed card chain is then transported to the weaving floor, where it will be installed on the Jacquard head, mounted above the designated loom. This punched card system represents revolutionary technology for the 1850s, allowing complex patterns to be stored, duplicated, and executed mechanically with perfect consistency across unlimited fabric length. The Jacquard head itself represents a marvel of mechanical engineering. a large apparatus mounted above the loom containing hundreds of hooks, needles, and mechanical linkages that translate card perforations into individual thread movements. This complex mechanism sits atop the loom frame, connected through vertical cords to individual warp threads below, with each cord controlling one specific thread throughout the weaving process. The punched card chain feeds through the Jacquard head in a continuous cycle, with each card pressing against a grid of spring-loaded needles that either pass through holes or are blocked by solid card areas. Needles that pass through holes engage their corresponding hooks, causing those specific warp threads to be raised during the next weft insertion, while blocked needles leave their threads in the lowered position. This mechanical reading of card perforations creates the thread selection pattern that produces the design, with each card determining one row of the woven pattern. The Jacquard mechanism thus acts as an early programmable machine, executing stored instructions to create complex outputs far beyond what manual operation could achieve. Steam power drives the loom's basic weaving motions, while the Jacquard head adds pattern control, combining mechanical weaving with automated design execution in a revolutionary integration of technologies. Warp preparation for Jacquard weaving requires exceptional care, as pattern accuracy depends on perfect thread positioning and tension consistency across potentially thousands of individual threads. Each warp thread must be drawn through its designated heddle eye in the Jacquard harness system, a time-consuming process requiring patient manual work by skilled technicians. Workers use threading hooks to draw individual threads through the intricate harness framework, following precise diagrams that specify exactly which threads connect to which hooks in the Jacquard mechanism. This threading process may take many hours or even days for large complex patterns, representing significant setup time before actual weaving can commence. Thread tension must be maintained uniformly across the entire warp width, as variations would cause pattern distortion or weaving defects when the Jacquard mechanism selectively raises and lowers individual threads. The completed warp setup creates a connection system where each thread can be individually controlled according to the punched card instructions, enabling the pattern creation impossible with traditional fixed harness weaving. This elaborate preparation demonstrates the complexity hidden behind apparently simple patterned fabrics, with extensive human skill and mechanical precision required before automated pattern weaving becomes possible. The prepared loom now begins pattern weaving, with the Jacquard mechanism controlling thread selection, while the power loom provides the basic weaving motions of shuttle throwing and reed beating. As each card in the chain moves into position against the needle array, the pattern for that row is mechanically read and executed through the hook and needle system. Selected warp threads are raised according to card instructions, creating the shed opening through which the shuttle carries the weft thread. The reed beats each inserted weft into place, gradually building the fabric while the pattern emerges row by row according to the punched card sequence. Workers monitor the weaving carefully, watching for thread breaks or mechanical problems that would disrupt pattern formation and create costly defects in the finished cloth. The rhythm of Jacquard weaving differs from simple plain weave production, with additional mechanical sounds from the card reading mechanism and hook movements adding complexity to the industrial soundscape. Belt-driven power from overhead line shafts provides the energy for loom operation, with steam engines sustaining the mechanical force required for both basic weaving actions and the additional complexity of Jacquard pattern control. If you could leave a like and subscribe, it would help keep this channel active with quality historical content. Thank you for your attention. Now continuing with the process. The patterned fabric gradually accumulates on the cloth beam, with the design becoming visible as enough rows are completed to reveal the intended image or decorative motif. Complex patterns may take considerable time to complete even one full pattern repeat, with the card chain cycling through its entire sequence before the design begins again. Workers periodically inspect the emerging pattern, comparing it against the original design drawings to verify that card punching and lacing were performed correctly. Any discrepancies indicate errors in card preparation that must be corrected before significant fabric length contains the same repeated flaw. The Jacquard mechanism enables pattern complexity impossible through traditional weaving, creating images with photographic detail or intricate geometric designs that would require impossibly complex manual thread manipulation. Floral patterns, scenic images, elaborate borders and custom designs all become achievable through this programmable weaving system. The fabric surface shows different textures and colors arranged according to design intentions, with thread interlacing creating visual effects through structural variation rather than just color changes. Pattern verification becomes essential quality control, ensuring that the mechanical translation of design into woven form has produced the intended visual result. Skilled inspectors examine the pattern for accuracy, checking that design elements appear in correct positions and that repeat sequences align properly throughout the fabric length. Color placement is verified when multiple colored threads are used, ensuring that the intended hues appear in the right pattern locations. Pattern edges and borders receive careful inspection, as these transitional areas often reveal setup errors or mechanical problems that might not be obvious in the pattern's central areas. The dense, complex weaves characteristic of Jacquard patterns require inspection for structural integrity, ensuring that the elaborate thread interlacing has created stable fabric rather than loose or weak areas. Any pattern defects are documented with their location marked on the fabric, allowing workers to trace problems back to specific cards or mechanical issues that need correction. This quality control maintains the high standards expected for decorative fabrics, where pattern accuracy directly affects the product's aesthetic and commercial value. Beyond pattern accuracy, the fabric undergoes inspection for general weaving quality, checking thread tension uniformity, weft straightness, and surface consistency. The complex thread manipulations required for pattern creation can potentially cause tension variations that would not occur in simpler weaving, making careful inspection essential. Weft threads must run straight across the fabric width despite the varying warp thread positions created by pattern formation. Fabric edges are examined for consistency and proper finishing, ensuring clean selvages that will facilitate subsequent handling and use. The inspector's experienced eye detects subtle variations in fabric appearance that might indicate developing mechanical problems before they cause serious defects. Any identified issues are addressed immediately, whether through loom adjustment, card correction, or thread replacement. This comprehensive quality control ensures that complex patterned fabrics meet the exacting standards required for their intended applications in furnishings, garments, or decorative goods. The finished patterned cloth is carefully removed from the loom and prepared for storage or shipment, with handling procedures designed to protect the elaborate surface created through such intensive mechanical and human effort. Workers roll the completed fabric onto beams or into bolts, maintaining even tension to prevent creasing or distortion of the woven structure. Protective wrapping shields the fabric surface from contamination or abrasion during storage and transportation. Each piece receives identification marking indicating the pattern name or number, dimensions, and any special characteristics or custom specifications. The storage warehouse accumulates inventory of various patterns, from standard decorative designs produced regularly to custom patterns created for specific customers or applications. Factory records document pattern production, tracking which designs are woven, in what quantities and for which destinations. This documentation enables pattern reproduction when additional fabric is needed, with the punched card chains preserved as permanent pattern storage that allows exact duplication years after initial production. The economics of Jacquard weaving reflect the technology's complexity, with setup costs for new patterns offset by the ability to produce unlimited quantities once cards are prepared and the loom is threaded. Standard patterns woven repeatedly justify the initial investment through volume production, while custom patterns may command premium prices reflecting their unique setup requirements. The versatility of the Jacquard system allows factories to serve diverse markets, producing everything from affordable patterned goods for mass consumption to exclusive custom designs for wealthy clients. Pattern libraries grow over time as factories accumulate card chains for successful designs, creating valuable assets that enable quick response to market demands without repeating the entire design and card preparation process. This combination of mechanical sophistication and pattern flexibility makes Jacquard weaving a transformative technology, democratizing access to complex patterned fabrics previously achievable only through expensive hand weaving or embroidery. The social impact of Jacquard weaving extends beyond economics, as the technology's programmable nature anticipates later developments in automated control systems and even computing. The punched card principle demonstrated in textile manufacturing would eventually influence mechanical calculation devices and early computers, with the concept of stored instructions executed by machines proving applicable far beyond fabric production. Contemporary observers recognize the Jacquard mechanism as representing fundamental principles about automated control and programmable machines. The skilled workers operating these systems required new combinations of traditional textile knowledge and mechanical understanding, creating specialized occupations that blended craft tradition with industrial technology. Pattern designers needed both artistic ability and technical facility, with the mathematical translation required for card preparation. The factory floor combined mechanical power, automated control, and human skill in ways that exemplified industrial manufacturing at its most sophisticated. Inside steam-powered weaving factories like this, Jacquard looms demonstrate how mechanical systems can execute complex creative instructions, producing patterned cloth through the revolutionary integration of automated control and traditional textile craftsmanship. The machinery continues its systematic operation, with pattern cards directing thread selection, while steam power provides the mechanical force for weaving. Workers maintain vigilance over both mechanical and pattern accuracy, ensuring that technical sophistication produces aesthetic results meeting quality standards. The transformation witnessed here represents not merely advanced weaving, but the emergence of programmable manufacturing systems that would eventually reshape industrial production across numerous domains beyond textiles. Did you know that Jacquard looms used punched cards to create patterns, a technology that would later inspire early computers? If you enjoyed learning about this unique weaving process from the 1850s, please subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and if possible, comment about what surprised you most about pattern weaving. Your support is essential for us to continue bringing this type of historical content. Thank you very much for watching. See you in the next video.